We don't get very political here at the compound. However, today we're fortunate enough to have the governor of Smith & Wesson with us. Good shot, Governor. Oh, I'm gonna put one on that target right away. That might be the most shot up target yet. Boom. Oh man, a snake. Watch out, John, there's a snake. Oh. Wow, I think he's dead. He's still there, but he's dead. Now, 12 ounce. That should be it, yes. Oh yes, we have the governor. It is actually a firearm. I know that fooled a lot of you. You were waiting to see the governor of Smith & Wesson, whatever the heck that is, right? It's actually a firearm. And you're probably already familiar with it, many of you. This is another one of those handgun shotguns, 410. Those were number 4s, is what I was shooting. And those are, we'll get those later. Those are fun to shoot. You know, whatever shot you have, we have a little bit of a variety here. If you haven't seen it, in our first video on this kind of firearm, the Judge, we go through extensive testing with all kinds of ammunition in 410 bore. Okay, so I'll link in the description to that. We're gonna do a little of that, but we have exhausted that. We did a lot of testing and experimentation and had a lot of fun with that. Well, today we're going to have fun with a different one, the governor. As far as I know, these are primarily the two that are out. This is Smith & Wesson, so you know it's made pretty well, don't you? They usually are. And it is you know, a firearm that will chamber the 410 shotgun shells. It will chamber 45 Colt or 45 ACP, which the Judges don't, unless they've got a new one out I'm not aware of. But so this will chamber 3 different cartridges, so a little more versatile. And we'll talk about some of the differences and similarities. First of all, these kinds of things, as I tend to address whenever we're talking about them, as a reminder, they're really interesting, they're really cool. They're something that's, you know, fairly controversial, I know, as I said in an earlier video, because some people really think they're stupid and there's no place for them. Why would you need something that fires the puny little 410, you know, and in a handgun? Because the 410 is not all that powerful, even in a long-barreled shotgun. So why do you want a handgun that fires one of these things and act like you got a shotgun? You know, so you know, you may be one of those, and you know, so be it. But now they do chamber other cartridges, like you've got a real bullet here cartridge. You got the 45 Colt, you know, chambers that, you know, just like all the Tarses do, the Judge. And then this one, in addition, as I said, it chambers the 45 ACP. So you need your moon clips, and you've got that capability. So you got to admit, they're pretty versatile, don't you? You know, it's pretty neat. So it's a handgun that fires a big bullet, you know, or a lot of shot, or just a few shot. You know, since these things came out, especially the Judge, and of course you got the Bond Arms, you've got a lot of things out there, firearms that fire 410 shells. There's several, some really cheap ones, there's other ones that, so the market for 410 bore ammo, shot shells, has blossomed. You have, you notice on these, for example, from Federal, and again, we appreciate Federal furnishing all this ammo. You know, it says personal defense 410 handgun. You know, if you go back probably what, 10 years, I don't know, 15, you wouldn't find 410 ammunition for sale that said handgun, you know, personal defense on it. And it's because of all these firearms driving that market, so that's pretty cool. So whatever you think about them, I'm not really sure what I think about them, other than the fact it's kind of like the Bond Arms. They're just kind of cool. You know, it's interesting to have a gun that is, well, I started to say this small. It's not too small, but it's not all that heavy. You know, it's about 30 ounces, under 30 ounces, partly because it's got a scandium alloy frame, the Smith & Wesson does, okay? I couldn't find a holster except for this one that fits it. It's an end frame. It sort of fits it, okay? So it's kind of interesting, a firearm that fires all those rounds, and you know, so to each his own. As I said before, granted, a 410 shot shell is not all that powerful, and maybe not all that lethal, most cases, but you know, at 3, 5, 6, 7 yards, whew, I don't want one coming at me, okay? And in terms of personal defense, as it says on the box, you're trying to stop somebody from doing you great bodily harm. It's the only reason you should be, pointing a firearm at somebody anyway, possibly even contemplating pulling the trigger. Someone's about to cause you death, great bodily harm. Your only intention is to stop that. Not killing is irrelevant. You're just trying to stop it. So, might do it. You can't shoot a 45 ACP. This might also be a lesson to some of you real newbies. Oh, look at that. We lost it. Where'd it go? See? So a 45 ACP has no rim like a 45 Colt, see, to hold it. So it has to have a rim, and that's what you do with these, the moon clips. You just pop them in there. And it's kind of tight, but they go on okay. Got to be careful with these moon clips. I used to go through a lot of these when I was doing this every weekend almost, and not every weekend, once a month at least, and competing with it at least. And I'd bend them a little bit, and then they just wouldn't work. I'd always test them, put them in the gun, and then rotate the cylinder, all the way around, make sure it wasn't warped and all that. So what you do is, and they make all kinds of belt holders and that kind of thing. For now, I just stick it on here or something. So what you do is, think about it. This is a pretty cool speed loader. You're familiar with the speed loaders that you put cartridges in and you turn it and then you throw the speed loader down or let it fall, speed loader, and and you're ready to go again. Well, with these, the beauty of it is you can shoot. Well, let me just do it. I'll do it slow-mo. How's that? Make sure it shoots 45 Colt. Let's put some more on that target. I don't know where to hold with it. Let's shoot double action. So when you're finished, you open the cylinder, boom, knock it out. You grab your other one. I always do it with my right hand. You drop it in. Now, this one's not as smooth to load, I noticed, so it really is slow motion. You drop that in, and you're back in the game. Pretty cool. You pop it out. Yeah. So you can see how that's a pretty fast load. You don't have anything extra to fool with. Just it's on the brass. So that's pretty neat. I mean, there are other guns you could do that with that have a smaller cylinder, because you don't need a cylinder that long to load, those rounds. The one I had was a 625, and the cylinder was like half of that long. So you don't need this big a gun, but you do have that capability. That's pretty cool. While we're doing that, let's shoot some of these big boys. 45 Colt, 1873. This cartridge came about. Man, I don't think these are that old. This Federal box, not 1873. Just got them. All right, 45 Colt. Let's see if it'll shoot. We haven't hit the gong with this thing yet, have we? Let's see if I can tell where they're going. No, low or high. All right, it's going high. Need to hold on the bottom of it. Yeah, went right on that one. Nice. Nice. Let's try a ram. Go under it. Oh, come on, baby, fall. Try him again. Let's try the other one. Oh, boy, what a flinch. No wonder I'm missing. Okay. Boom. I'll get those later. The nice thing about a double action Smith is, boom, ready to go. If you can load it fast, you're ready to go back into action. So there you go, versatility wise. You got all three of these cartridges and things you can shoot in the thing. If nothing else, it's a fun gun, right? And one of the things people think about these for defense is, like versus carjackers and that kind of thing, so you're talking about close range, and again, I'm not advocating it, but I know that's one of the things people think about, because it is a close range firearm. Let's shoot a little bird shot. What the heck? We got some, oh yeah, we got some things here that need to be shot, put it that way. I brought this brush out in case we shooting all these different length cases and shotgun and 45 ACP, 45 Colt. If we get dirty in the cylinder, have a little trouble getting something in here. I can just run a brush through there maybe. Okay, now this is birdshot, 7.5, I think, which is not going to have a whole lot of effect on stuff, I don't think. Oh, there's a snake in that pot. Wow, let's get him again. Yeah. Well, so what birdshot will do to a 2-liter. Ah, nice. We need to do that every now and then. Oh, we got another one. Let's see if we have more ammo. Yeah, we do. All right, 2 more 2-liters. Look at it. It's like somebody turned the sprinkler on. Cool. Cool. Oh man, it's pretty neat to be able to shoot just anything in this thing.